This Thursday, January 28th, 2020 at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Don't miss the Africa Leadership Institute discussing the performance of Guild Leaders under the Guild Leaders Performance Scorecard 2018-2019. The speakers include the Executive Director, Africa Leadership Institute, David Pulkol, and Marvin Mutebi, the Advocate and Head of Youth and University Engagement. This program is organized by the Africa Leadership Institute in partnership with Uganda Management Institute, with funding from the Democratic Governance Facility, DGF, this Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Yes, hello, good morning, dear viewers from wherever you're tuning from, whether you're in northern Uganda, in Gulu. Yes, I know there's some guys listening in from Gulu School of Nursing and Midwifery, or from western Uganda, here in central, wherever you're listening or tuning in from. Welcome to the show. My name is Martha Angela Martina. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys again. I remember the last time we were here was in December, when we're having a discussion on the performance of youth MPs in Parliament in relation to the Parliamentary Performance Scorecard report that was published by AFLI in July last year, 2021. And yes, before we go ahead further on what we have for you today, I would like my panelists, our panelists, yes, to introduce themselves. I want to start with my immediate neighbor.
I'm Honorable David Pulkol. Pulkol is the Executive Director for Africa Leadership Institute.
My name is Keva Gloria Pao from Uganda Christian University.
My name is Marvin Keith Mutebi. I head the Youth and University Engagement at AFLI.
Yeah, so you can hear they're all great people on the panel with us today. And yes, like I said, the last time we were here, we were discussing about the performance of youth MPs in relation to the scorecard that AFLI launched in July last year. And we, discussed a lot of issues came up, even youth that were participating online highlighted a number of issues and also gave quite a number of recommendations. And today, we still want to talk about the youth leaders, the performance of youth leaders. But this time is going to be, higher institutions of learning. We want to look at the performance of student guild leaders, in our institutions of learning that Africa Leadership Institute works with, and in what is called the Guild Leaders Performance Scorecard. And yes, I don't want to waste a lot of time. We've already been delayed a bit with technical delays. So I want to introduce, right away, invite our first guest, Honorable David Pulkol, who he didn't tell us that he has also been, he has held several positions, ministerial positions. He's been an MP. He has also been a big boss in the External Security Organization for Uganda. So I believe he also comes with vast experiences that would also request that as you're putting on shoes of the Executive Director of AFLI, do not forget to also share tidbits in relation to your experiences with leadership positions. So fast forward, Africa Leadership Institute is known for, assessing the performance of MPs and the House of Parliament. Why the change? Why are you now interested in guild leaders? Why is it important? Why should we as citizens be concerned about what you're doing? What prompted you? Can you please share with us what inspired you to do this?
Wow. At Africa Leadership Institute, we believe that the bottleneck is really at the top of the bottle. That's why it's called a bottleneck. It's a leadership question. Once leaders take informed decisions, once leaders are passionate on issues of citizens and their well-being, their stability, their economy, their progress, then the condition of ordinary citizens will improve. So for us at Africa Leadership Institute, we do not concentrate so much on ordinary citizens. Yes, we do, but we focus more on leaders at household level. Why are kids not immunized? Why is malnutrition and yet you're a leader in the household level? Leadership at the community level. Why are your children playing around when others are in school? Are there no leaders in this community? Why are you drinking dirty water when there's a provision for clean water? So it's a leadership question, whether a district council, local government, or a sub-county local government, or national government, and even stretch it to East African community level, at the Africa Union level. It's a leadership question. Whether at the global level, it's a leadership question. So Africa Leadership Institute, therefore, focuses and works more with leaders in a way that makes leaders know that they are servants of the people, they are public servants. And then the citizens are rights holders, they hold rights. So those in government, those in leadership are obligated, they have obligations under constitutional provisions, under legal mandates, and so they are duty bearers. They bear the duty, while citizens, ordinary citizens, are rights holders. They enjoy their rights. So what does Africa Leadership Institute believe in? One, a stable, democratic, prosperous, and healthy Africa with a happy people. That's our vision. We envision a stable Africa, a democratic Africa, a prosperous Africa, Africa with healthy people, with a happy people, but led by effective, accountable, and responsive leaders. Mark my words. Effective means they achieve so much with so little. Accountable, they take responsibility for their actions and take ordinary citizens as their bosses. And then responsive, their decisions and actions respond to the aspirations of citizens of Uganda. So what's our mission? Our mission is definitely to influence the policy agenda, because the environment, the policy decision making, so that the policy decision making, the legal making processes, and the budgeting processes are conducive to citizens rising and going as far, as high as their God-given abilities can take them, regardless of color, tribe, religion, sex, or any consideration. Poverty level or economy, it doesn't matter. But citizens must have equal rights to rise and go as high. Like, look at Pulkol, growing as a young kid in the hoods of Karamoja. And it's a difficult place to grow as a child. But you rise and go as high as you can go, like London School of Economics. You rise as high and become Director General of External Security. You become a Minister of Government of Uganda. You become a UNICEF Deputy Regional Director for East and Southern Africa, covering 23 countries. You know, that is the policy environment. You come back to your country and serve as a national security boss and dealing with issues of stability. And now you are in civil society, in your retirement. And what are you doing? You are now holding leaders accountable, getting information in the custody of government and parliament, and then give it to citizens, and citizens use that information to ask relevant questions of their leaders. So why are we now in Hill's high institutions of learning? Yes, who's Jacob Alanya? Jacob Alanya has been a Guild Speaker of Makerere University. Where is he today? He's a Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. Who is Daniel Kidega? He was a Speaker of the Students' Guild of Chambogo University. He rose and went as high as being a Speaker of IALA, East African Legislative Assembly. Who is Norbert Mao? Chairman Mao has been a president of the Guild, Larotunu, president of the Guild. People like Emmanuel Mutebile has been president of the Guild. People like Ruakana Rugunda, president of the Guild. People like Asa and Basalirwa has been students of the Guild. The Romshanas, there are many. Whether you're talking about Amuru, Honorable Amuru from Dokolo, has been a chairman of a president or chairman of UCU, and so forth. There are so many, meaning that student leaders are in preparation. They will definitely arrive at the national stage, at international stage, the Betty Bigombes and so forth. So when they arrive at the national stage and regional stage, Africa level, and also at national level, or even internationally, who has prepared them? So it is no longer a question of whether or not. I mean, people like Honorable Anite was a minister in the Guild government of UCU. And today I'm privileged to sit here with a minister of the Guild government of Uganda Christian University. So honestly, even when you look at those who are contesting, vying for position of youth MPs, I saw them yesterday. These have been former Guild leaders. So when they are in the Students' Guild, they are under preparation. But what does our Constitution say? Our Constitution gives rights to citizens of Uganda. What do you do when the majority of your citizens are young people, between 75% between 35 years and below? So it means when you talk about citizens' rights, you're talking about youth rights. Youth rights, women's rights, are human rights. So all power belongs to the citizens of Uganda, and I just like that. Because when you see the last election, hey, my dear, there are more MPs now who are below 40. And what a good thing for the country like Uganda, because youth are the lifeblood of any nation. They are not just the leaders of tomorrow, they are leaders of today as well as leaders of tomorrow. So, but then have they been given skills? Have they been given equipment? Have they been given attitudes that has been shaped to be able to create that Uganda where all of us will be comfortable too? So that's why Africa Leadership Institute is working with the 6 partnering institutions of higher learning on a pilot basis, while we are holding leaders in parliament accountable, in cabinet, in shadow cabinet, accountable to the citizens of Uganda. We have also started a program funded by a Democratic Governance Facility in collaboration with Uganda Management Institute. We are now partnering with the 6 institutions of higher learning on trying to do 3 things. 1, awareness creation in institutions of higher learning. 2, assessing the performance of individual members of the GRC. Who are these GRCs? GRCs is Guild Representative Councils. In UCU, they call it Parliament.
So just a minute, Honorable David. You talk about the 6 institutions that AFLI is currently working with on a pilot phase. How was the selection criteria, for instance? Was there a uniqueness, and why did you choose? What are those 6, and why did you choose?
Wow, yes. So we wanted on a pilot basis to say 3 things. 1, universities, okay, because they end up in Parliament. And the universities, they are divided into 2. There are those who are private universities, and there are those who are public universities. There are those who are faith-based, and so forth. 2, National Teachers College. And under universities, we picked all universities in Uganda were put in small papers. We shake it randomly, and then you pick any 2, any 3. We picked Makerere University, UCU, Uganda Christian University, and Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And then within the National Teachers Colleges, then Mubende National Teachers College was picked randomly. And then within the health institutions, Gulu School of Nursing and Midwifery were picked. Again, when you go to technical colleges, Uganda College of Elgon, Elgon Technical College was picked. So those are the 6 that we are working with, meaning there are National Teachers Colleges by Mubende, which is central. There is Makerere University, Mbarara University, UCU in Mukono, and then you have Elgon in the east, you have Gulu School of Nursing and Midwifery in the north. So you can see it's a diverse sample or a pilot basis for 3 years.
Thank you so much. We would like to go for a break right now, a short break, and when we return, we'll be sharing more on this.